It's the Cable MTG Show.
Haven't had a nice Psychic Frog deck in a bit. Card's pretty fucked up. This fucked up 2 drops, bang to bank. Let's go. So Psychic Frog's gonna want to be some kind of tempo-y aggro control deck, ideally. Also pairs really well with Reanimator. Cards like Daze and Gush play really well with Frog. Gross. Sort of pack where you kind of consider grabbing that Fire Covenant to that Godless Shrine. I'll take the consider, I guess. I'm not really sure why that blue 2 drops in here, the Azure whatever thing. It's like barely good enough for standard. You remember when a cantrip was a decent pack 1 pick 1? I remember that too. I remember being like stoked to see a Serum Visions. Deathrite Shaman's interesting, but Deathrite Shaman's a lot better if you have that fetch, right? If you have that Misty. So we're just gonna grab that Misty up here. Snag that. Remember Savannah Lands? You better believe I remember Savannah Lands. A little Undercity Sewers action. Yeah, I got rocked by Niv the other day. Just absolutely destroyed. I think I'm throwing the rest of this Moonshine away. It's like very sugary. And like the flavor isn't that good, so I don't even know if adding water. But I've had sweet moonshines before that were still good. They still tasted good. Yeah, adding water didn't help at all. I feel like the bargain bin's been pretty 50-50 for me. You like peach moonshine? I had a banana and cream one the other day that was really fucking good. It's one of those main brand ones. Feels like a good conversion rate for a bargain bin, right? And then sometimes, like, you find a bottle that you like, and you go back and they just, like, set out another fucking 50 cases of it. So I enjoy the adventure. I also like, you know, going to, like, garage sales and estate sales and stuff, too. Bargains! Woo! Dead people's trash! Let's fucking go! And they're, like, price checking on my phone. So eBay has this item for 10% less than what you're selling it for here. I'm not sure if you were aware. Oh, you're willing to give me the eBay price? Well, why wouldn't I just order it off of eBay? Yeah, 10% less than the eBay listing is fair, I think. Oh, you're rounding up. Interesting. Interesting. This is if I wanted somebody's business, I might round down, that's all. That life is not for you. I don't actually act like that. I was playing it up. People are like bereaving their loved ones. Like, can you knock a nickel off of this? Yeah, I know this is a treasured life possession of Steve, but I didn't know Steve. That'd be a very Magic player, though, huh? So TCG low is your liquor store has a shopping cart of craft beer singles on sale. It's fun to trawl through. Ooh, love that. Yeah, I like looking up reviews of booze that's in the bargain bin. What if I'm Bug? What if I'm playing this Witherbloom Apprentice? We haven't seen Chain of Smog, right? Ponder is a shuffle for Brainstorm. I think I want Inquisition more, though. Turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Frogs, pretty juicy. Time Twister is really good with Frogs. Sometimes you just kill people. You're like, yeah, bin these 5 cards, Twister, bin these 7 cards, fucking you're dead. Did I nature? Oh, over the weekend? I did. I did a little bit of naturing. I meant to go on some hikes, some like nature hikes, and then I drank a bit too much for that. That was my main regret on the weekend. Grass touch, did manage to touch a bit of grass. Yeah, camped out on the Mississippi, and the Mississippi was pretty choppy, and the water didn't look particularly appealing, so I didn't go swimming or anything, but it was like real pleasant to like sit and read and listen to the lapping of the waves on the fucking rocky shore. Feel the wind, hear the birds. It's good stuff right there. Maybe Shinobi Wheels, maybe Shinobi Wheels. Looks pretty good with this fucking Strix here, huh? Hey, Brickmaster, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 54 months. Hey, there's that Days card. Oh, there's Chain of Smog, though. I think with the Apprentice, I think I do want that Chain of Smog. Alright, we are officially buggers. You thought I was going to take Archon over Catacombs? Yeah, we didn't really see much in the way of Reanimator in Pack 1, Eric. So I think it would have been like a very mild sub-theme if we grabbed the Archon there. Snappy kind of fits. Ent kind of fits. Boo. Yeah, both of our fetches fetch green. So currently the green splash isn't atrocious. Some dualies would be nice. Usually like Bayou and stuff is pretty free. Oh, sup, Oko? Okay. Oh, man. I used to listen to this song on fucking repeat. Yeah, I literally played that in my last deck, Mark. It was good. I played it a lot. And, like, the opponent was, like, bolting my Teferi, and I got to, like, flash it in and blink it out. I also had Crocus to rebuy it, so kind of disheartening to play that thing and fizzle their removal spell, and then also they can't kill it because I have Crocus up. I also blinked out Palace Jailer with it. Narset cannot find Grist, right? You don't have to answer that. I know it sounds like I just asked a question, but just clarifying my clarification. Crocus is really messed up. It was like the fucking perfect Crocus deck. I had a bunch of legends that were sweet to rebuy. And then we played against like Minsk decks and stuff. It was, yeah. Probably not playing the Tameo, but who knows, right? Maybe we find a Time Walk in Pack 3. Currently don't love this Talisman, even though it's good fixing. Oh my god! There's good cards! Takes recurring, yeah, right? Recurring is good with Grist. Yeah, the Soul Ring doesn't have a lot, right? We have some some color mana intensive cards. Actually, I'm gonna take this Toxic. Well, if I'd known I was gonna get Vicious Rivalry, I probably wouldn't have taken the Toxic. Do I want a Dark Ritual? I don't think so. Need like 3 more picks. I think we'll be able to juice up this mana base a little bit this pack. Rivalry's been very good for me. Having a sweeper that also like rocks the artifact deck is quite nice. Might not finish this this league out. Just managing expectations. The Zagoth Triome is my Triome. I think I'd rather have a Botanical Sanctum, all the still. Wouldn't mind replacing this Frantic Search and the Talisman. I don't think we're heavy green enough for this Questing Beast. Seems like the sort of deck that might want Tidebender. Maybe. Oh, Soul Cauldron's interesting with Emperor, huh? And Grist. Okay. Just get more sweepers in here and get Damnation into. Retroactively grab the Time Twister. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, let's take this breeding pool. Soul Ring didn't wheel, but it just would have gotten blown up by the Vicious Rivalry anyway. This would be 8 green, 9 green with a Talisman, 8 black, 11 blue. Heavier on forest than you would have assumed. I mean, I did the counts. I had like 8 green, right? 10 black, 11 blue or something. Jund. We trophied with Jund earlier. What if I was supposed to run out Grist and then just not activate? Could see that. I'm trying to think if I have any actual answers to this oath. I kind of think I don't. One of the reasons I didn't like hate making a bunch of dorks, even though they're going to get a ton of value off this oath trigger, is it does gunk up their Imperial Seal, right? Whatever they Imperial Sealed for, they're going to mill over, unless they sealed for something real groovy. Well, they have 9 cards in their deck. A little awkward. Yeah, they want to play the Nar set because they have 4 cards in their library. Hey, good night, Skunk. Okay. Glad I pumped the Emperor, Oh, the Blister is then going to shuffle into their deck. Oh, I've already activated it. Oh, no. Damn, I should have. Oh, nothing works, right? Because I have to have a target for this. I can't like activate the frog to make a 1/1 and then put the 1/1 counter on the token. It's just like nonsense. I was hoping to get 2 insects there, but clearly that doesn't work. Why post combat Emperor? Because I didn't want to exile anything. I don't want to make those decisions. Certainly didn't want to exile their Faithless Looting because I wanted that to be an option for them to discard. Okie doke. When they fling, they did fling. That's why I'm at 3 instead of 10. Yeah, I think the game just comes down to whether or not they draw Blightsteel here. They have 2 cards. If they draw Blightsteel, I think they kill me. If they don't draw Blightsteel, I think I get to win. Oh, they had to huck Grizzlebrand at me, or I could have drawn 7 potentially. That would have been funny. Be real sweaty to fucking look through the deck here and figure out what we got for the Kaido drawing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in my deck that stops a hasty Blightsteel. Oh, but I could draw the Deathclaw and then pop the Sneak Attack with it. The issue of this Harvester, I guess. Shit. Wait, how'd the Deathclaw get milled? Oh, the Grist +1 is the literal next card down. Damn. Is this Leovold just gonna fucking deck me? Oh, it's a May. I'll say no. Reanimate on Snapcaster, letting them flashback bolt. Brutal. Well, I guess I got punished. I could have not activated Soul Cauldron at all and just used Kaido to tap down the Harvester. And I think that might have won. I don't know. Close little game there. I wonder if Tamio belongs. Hell yeah, Tor. Glad you've been enjoying the tunes. What was the kill if we could fade one more turn? They would deck. We both had 2 cards in our library, Titanium. Was there something stopping the frog jump from removing the snap? Oh, no. Just a head full of booze here for Gamba. That's the only thing in the way. Yeah, that was actually the classic in the blue-black Reanimator mirror. Is using Frog to control your graveyard, so that would limit your opponent's animate deads and reanimates. I missed it, though, obviously. Thanks for pointing it out. They drop Lightsteel for the final card. Yeah, and then there's 6/6 triggers Titania Pie. The 6/6 isn't a main. Every time they play something with 4 or more power, they draw a card. So they would sneak in the Blightsteel and die. Oh, the Leo stops them from decking. Interesting. Well, I guess I wasn't supposed to play Leo. Oh, a few errors that game. I didn't play Leo. It came in from Oath. Yeah, I didn't have to trigger Oath, though, right? It wasn't necessary. No, that might have been a game where less is more, Gristed. I didn't have any creatures with 2 loyalty from for the Grist, right? I guess the Ninja, had the 2 loyalty for the Grist down tank. I don't think that kills them, though, right? They have 2 cards in hand. They draw 1. Right, but that's not a... I'm just gonna play my game. We're playing a new game now. Can only go so many possible worlds deep. I think I like fetch with the fetch on the stag, Deathrite Shaman, and Brainstorm, get the shuffle. Wait, I want Yield All. Yeah, it's interesting whether to snap back the Brainstorm or the Inquisition. Let's see what we draw. Now, Mark, you know what we said about backseating. More like backdooring, yeah. Car towing? Sure. Now draw the card that wins. Good job. Well, not having Oath to worry about sure felt nice. If we had a random white duel, I might even consider splashing that Vindicate. Hell yeah, tomorrow now. I think we're on the final game of the eve. Been a pretty solid day. Got some trophies. Had some sweet matches. A lot of slop. I feel like every day there's just like this mountain of slop that my extremely skilled drafting skills have to overcome. You love slop? I don't mind slop if I still win anyway. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not an egomaniac or anything. Yes, Titania, yes. You know, I have a creative writing degree. I assume that seal is grabbing Oath. Or is this drawing an answer to the frog? See what they oath up, That does not seem good enough. Is it my turn? Yeah, I don't think even with the powers of Grizzlebrand and Minskin combined, they can do much here. GG. Cool. Couple trophies on the eve. Got a interesting bug pile for future me. I think I'm gonna be doing Cube tomorrow and Thursday, and I think Friday I'll end up switching it up. Oh, okay, right, with the blueprint and stuff. Okay, sure. Hey, I'm 3-3, 150 streams in a row, each more streamier than the last. Congrats on freedom. Hey, thank you. Good to have a little bit of freedom every once in a while. I think I'm just grabbing the Triome. Make sure I have all my colors here. It is Wednesday, that it is. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted Emperor Bones or Occult here. You could Occult, bin Deathclaw, and then play Emperor and activate on the same turn, potentially. It's Wickcube's Day, the best day of the week. Yeah, I played the Emperor first so we could start beating down, and so I'd have more flexibility with the Occult Epiphany, right? Like if they kill the Emperor, now I can do Occult Epiphany for a larger number. Maybe I'm just hard casting Deathclaw. That sort of thing. Sup, Oko? Welcome to the graveyard. Right where I want you! Should be a nice high damage turn here. Woo! You forgot about the team boxing? Yeah, I figured I should put it in the title so I remember. I think it's only going to be a few hours of the stream, so we'll be doing other garbage as well on Friday. But I'm looking forward to that. Ideally, I would do some research ahead of time. Know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, I was originally going to pop the Mortuary, but I figured they have enough red in their deck to play this Fable. I thought it made sense to hit the one red source. And one white source, Hila, hila. We had 2 sweepers. Feels like a lot from what we've seen, huh? We haven't really seen much. They're doing some like 5-color thing. I'll leave Rivalry in. You watched the team boxing promo trailer. It could be fun. Nice. Yeah, I've watched, like... Obviously, I'm not like a very sportsy sort, but I have watched a reasonable amount of boxing. A non-zero amount, anyway. I do enjoy it. It doesn't work how you assumed, like Pokemon fainting and swapping. Oh, yeah, I assume it's going to be a bunch of 1v1s, and then the team with the most wins. Well, so far I'm glad I lit on the Grist instead of the Yoko. Oh, they've got the teammates ringside. That is cool. Anyway, the cool thing about playing Grist here is then next turn I can play Cut Down and Oko, whereas I wouldn't have been able to play Cut Down and Grist. So the mana works out a lot better. Yeah, I thought I was going to turn the Insect into a 3-3, but I kind of don't mind if this Grist dies when I've got this Soul Cauldron here. How else just wanted to fucking have the Oko turn the Mox Sapphire to a 3-3 and then sack that to the Grist to kill the Bowmaster? I wouldn't have a Grist in play right now. but then it'd be all set up for this Soul Cauldron. The downside is if the Soul Cauldron doesn't resolve because they maybe discard it or something, then that would be a big fucking bummer. Do I cash in this Grist? I would have to lose the Insect too, so I would just have this Witherbloom Apprentice, but then it would immediately make a token that I could then put a counter on next turn, which I kind of dig. And now if they kill a Witherbloom, I got this Insect token, then I can throw a 1/1 counter on and make it a Deathrite Shaman or something. Happy with Cube's Day to you as well, Shamstron. Oh shit, what up? Hey, guy who hates toast, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 13 months. I'll leave my Insect token up. It is a death right now. So we can, like, drain them or what have you. Go for it, Real Milkman. You might want to wait a few hours, though, for folks to show up. That's when I try to do plugs. Ah, that fucking sucks. Because answering the Soul Cauldron too, brutal. I guess I should sack this food token, Yeah, just a very clean answer to all my nonsense. Alright, I think that's like all my planeswalkers. Kind of got to do this before combat. Even though it'd be much better to eat a dashing monkey. We can go get our Surveil in. At least have a little bit of selection here. Let's fucking go. Oh, yes. Resolve, please. I assume you want to pop the Ragavan there. I don't think hitting any of their lands really takes them off a color or anything. Meaningfully. They're going down to 1 life. to Fire Covenant. My 2 critters. 1 Ruddy Life. Where's a Witherbloom Apprentice when you need one, huh? Could I have my Alpha Deathclaw back, please? Frog is very good against a lot of planeswalkers. I don't think Oko is one of those. Still a good 2-drop. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Crazy C-Man. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 16 months. I guess Emperor Bones would be one of my better draws here. Get that Deathclaw back, maybe. Come on, come on. So we'll stop looting with Fable at least. Tarfire is an interesting one. So if you untap here, you could have a larger Occult Epiphany, but with only 11 cards in the library, I kind of don't mind a little one. And then I'll have all my mana available. We'll see what they're doing. Oh, do they discard a Magda? Awkward. So they do have a food token, so we won't have lethal. Question is, do we chump or do we not? I'll let the Narset die. Ouroboride would not work, because you need to have the Ouroboride underneath the Emperor Bones, and then you would also need to have something else exiled under the Emperor Bones. And if all you do with your Emperor Bones is Emperor Bones exile your Ouroboride pass, then the Oko would handle it, right? It would just turn into an elk. So I think the Emperor Bones just needs to go for this Deathclaw to answer the Oko. And smack-a-lack on in. Unless we draw... Oh, you know why I should have blocked for this Narset? You know why I should have blocked for this Narset that I just realized? We do have the Witherbloom Apprentice in our graveyard, and we have enough mana that we could play the Emperor Bones and use that to get back the Witherbloom, and then play the Self-Drain spell. And with only 10 cards left in the library, there's a good chance that the Narset would find it, too. You know about as much as I do, Captain Maple Syrup. There's a sponsorship dealie that does influencer sportscasting stuff. So an influencer and their community can watch a sporting event together. Anyway, they're shipping me a few dollary dues, and I was given a plethora of options on what to stream. And I was like, I'll take team boxing. Narset goes to 1 anyway. It doesn't... I'm talking about the Narset down tick, clicklessly. The Narset down tick would have a good chance of finding me the other half of the Witherbloom combo. So that's why I think, in retrospect, now that I've had more time to think about my decision, I think that I should have chumped to keep the Narset available for said down tick. Because it would give me like a 50% chance of just winning the game next turn. Oko does have 14 loyalty. Yeah, it's been around for a bit. But I think we're just going to pop it with the Emperor getting back the Deathclaw here. Only one creature is attacking Narset. That is why chumping for Narset is an option, is a viable line. Or would have been. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Pokelucky, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 81 months. I got a raisin oatmeal cookie. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Oratog, thanks for 100 bits there. Opponent seems AFK. How's everybody's Wednesday going? I made a dope fucking sandwich for lunch. I went grocery shopping this morning. Mostly for energy drinks, but I wanted to get some stuff for stews and whatnot. And I found these these pre-made, like hand-sized naan breads that were advertised as like perfect for a toaster. I was like, a toaster? I want to make some fucking grilled cheese with this. And they turned out really dope. I made like a little tomato soup to dip them in. I stuffed them with more than just cheese. I also put like poblano peppers and some pork in there. Made more of like a filling sandwich, right? And then the leftover tomato soup, I turned into a Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary mix that's now chilling in my fridge. Probably partake of that later. You're making breakfast for dinner? Love it. Eva's making a big soup out of a giant pile of veggies and some beer? Nice. How could that go wrong? Regale you with a tail of sandwich? Yeah, I'm definitely going to use naan bread as a grilled cheese bread again. That's 100% happening. I've used it as burger buns before, too. That's also dope. Ponder Putty says vacation is ending soon. Gotta fly home on Friday. Tomorrow, the girlfriend and them are riding the train to Paris for the last day of the trip. You miss your dogs who got in much, right? Yeah, being apart from your dog, your pupper, is certainly hard. Oh, I won't be able to activate it. It's Monster 7 anyway. When we went camping this last weekend, I was really worried about leaving Dave alone. Not alone. We had some friends that could watch him on short notice. And we hadn't left him with other people before. You know, we hadn't left him for a full day. It was always like an hour to go get lunch here, there, or something. Or a couple hours to go get dinner. And he always handled that pretty well. He was like, you know, chilling by the door when we got back. So we started leaving his little dog bed by the door, and then we'd come back and like see him like resting in it. And that was kind of rewarding. Just chilling. But we hadn't left him alone for, you know, multiple days before, a single full day or anything. So I was very nervous about how he'd take it and if he'd start acting up and stuff. And he didn't act up at all. He like loved hanging out with our friends, going on walks, cuddled up and stuff. Normal day behaviors. And then when we saw him to pick him up, he didn't even like freak out excited. He was just like, yeah, I knew you'd be back. He was totally chill about it. Like, he was excited to see us, but he was like, I would say like a 2 or a 3 on a Dave excitement scale. And I was like, oh yeah, it's those guys. And when Dave's really excited, he does this like full body wag, and he's like jumping up to like get as close to you as possible, like make sure you see him there and such. Right, yeah, is the sleepover over already? Makes me feel a lot better about leaving him this summer for our longer trips. Every time you plan a trip, you show the pet-friendly hotel options to your wife, and she rolls her eyes so hard. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing some of that, especially on like just weekends. Like go to a campsite in Wisconsin that's dog friendly, or go to a dog friendly hotel, and then go like check out local breweries and stuff. Those are my, I think, top picks for just spending a relaxing weekend. Is this something you're affiliated with, Chukasaka? I'm not interested. If somebody else is interested, they can DM you or what have you. Your local indie radio station in Seattle. Fun. KEXP is your local independent radio station. Yeah, I put in DC. Speaking of DCing, I'm going to be switching internet providers sometime this month. Looking forward to that. Can't wait to have a worse connection. Hopefully not. I've been pretty happy with my connection and speeds and stuff. But I'm going to be going from paying over $100 a month to $50 a month, which seems worth it. Seems worth transitioning. Am I on that Fiber Connect? I'm currently on fiber, and I'll be switching to another country another company that also is fiber. Basically, I was on AT&T, and then there were some issues with the towers, and their communication was like so bad, and I was freaking out. And their customer support is fucking useless, and I was so sick of using their app to troubleshoot anything. I was really upset with AT&T. And I flailed around looking for another option, and the only thing I found was another company that charges like $20 more a month, and literally just uses the AT&T service connections. And I was like, at the time, I was like, it's worth me not having to use the AT&T app or their customer service to like pay a little extra a month and have that buffer, even though I'm literally just paying the same for the same internet. But now Spectrum is offering plans in my neighborhood, which wasn't the case when I first came in. And I detest Spectrum. I don't detest them as much as AT&T yet, but I'm sure I will after I switch over. Do I have a physical Magic collection of some kind that I'm proud of? Yeah. I've got a pre-modern gauntlet and a pauper gauntlet. I've got a powered cube. Proxies, of course. A lot of those. And then I also have an artist-proof collection, including a fully proofed-out EDH deck. It's kind of cool. And then all of the proofs on that are painted and sketched. So it's kind of like having 100 commissioned art pieces there. Definitely more of like a collector's item than an actual deck that I use or anything. But it was a lot of fun to put together. I'm thinking about downsizing my pre-modern collection, actually. I thought, like, having, like, 8 decks put together, I'd have opportunities to jam games with people and stuff. That's just never happened. That was a silly idea on my part. Hey, we're on to the next match. On the social medias and stuff before. But yeah, in general... Ooh. In general, putting stuff up on YouTube is not really worth the time for me. It takes a shitload of time, and then I don't have the viewer base on YouTube for it to be like remotely cost effective. So it really has to be a passion thing. Oh yeah, for sure, Joalza. I used to do stop motion. Yeah, stop motion takes a million years. It's so cool, though. A million years to get it to upload to YouTube. Yeah. I used to upload 12-hour VODs to YouTube when I would do a 24-hour stream. YouTube's max length, I don't know if it's changed, but at the time it was 12 hours, so I would split a 24-hour stream into 2 uploads. And that took a bit. To this day, I still, when I get a new computer, I kind of like future-proof the amount of RAM. So if I ever need to upload some large obnoxious file, I can do so. Tony's Crew says, "Hey Caleb, I signed up for Moto for the first time a couple days ago to play Vintage Cube. Thanks to you. Moto froze at the end of the draft. I restarted. Now I can't build a deck. Oh no. Nothing happens when you click edit deck. Conceal cards are in the sideboard when you click change deck. So I'm not a tech person, Tony Screw. I don't know what's going on with your account. I would message Magic Online, message their tech support. I think if they copy this, I get to draw a card. Yeah, I do. Awesome. No, I'm good. Good on that. Also, how the hell are you supposed to keep the time? I feel you, Tony. The very first time I ever used Magic Online, I was like so flustered with my clock that I ended up Grim Lavamancering my own Grim Lavamancer when I was like trying to kill my opponent's health. Oh, they just win. They blow my Strix and get in here because the Lauren can pop it. Well, fair enough. I think my attacks made sense, right? Like getting them down to 2 so this guy ever could threaten lethal. Not actual lethal through the Zurin Orb. I did consider taking the Zurin Orb earlier, but I liked making them ping with the Ballista so I could draw those cards off of the Leovold, of course. Well, shit. Oh, I guess I would have gotten to draw a card from the Lauren targeting from Leovold. Oh my god, the early concession. What's wrong with me? What was I talking about? Somebody had questions. Oh, keeping time on Magic Online. The more you use it, the first time I like played a real tournament on Magic Online, I'd played like a ton of Cawblade in Standard. I was like really proficient with the deck, and I wanted to play in Magic Online PTQs. And so I borrowed the cards from a friend, loaded up, and I did the same thing. I timed out all my matches. So playing in like a low stakes environment is a good way to like get in reps and stuff. Because once you're like familiar with the client, you'll play a lot faster, and it'll just like happen less and less. It'll be better and better. Let's get Curator in here. They did have that. A few different graveyard shenanigans. I still like Skydiver. They had some interesting things to grab. I like my sweepers. I could see cutting Narset maybe. Or maybe... Yeah, I think Narset is the most cuttable. In terms of me personally, you can see that I don't have... The automatically, when you like load up, sometimes they have like all of the stops put in here. I don't have upkeep, untap, upkeep, draw. I can always re-add those stops. If I want to. I keep a stop on my opponent's beginning of combat and main phase. Some people don't do those. But yeah, the idea is I only use the stops, have the stops on that I think I really need, and that'll like speed up my average turn by a lot. And then I tend to keep my fingers, my pinky finger on... it's different on everybody's keyboard. It used to be like automatically F2. Now it's a 1 on my keyboard. And then F6, which is now 6 on my keyboard. So this is just okay. So I could just use it right now instead of yes. Okay, well I can't. But incidentally to pass to priority. It works for that. And then F6 passes the whole turn. And just keeping my fingers on those two keys saves a lot of time. I'm going to mulligan this. That looks better. That's better. Hey, Comrade Crabcake, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 58 months there. Huzzah! Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. My left hand isn't really like doing anything anyway, so I like it handling those, but I could certainly see that working out over time. Why did I run that out, huh? I think I forgot that rivalry is just going to blow it up. I'm holding up mana here. Could be a remand. Could be a removal spell. Could be a flash creature. So if I was going to run out something into my rivalry, the Deathrite Shaman would have made a lot more sense. Because it would have threatened to chump the Hex Drinker and stuff. Yeah, there's a flash critter. Kind of had to play the sweeper, though. Sure. I guess I do this. Like losing a combo piece is the issue. Yeah. They have no hand. I just thought it'd be funny to send it back at them. Oh, they stopped. I would have kept it going. If they sent it back, I would have kept it going. Now I can just bring back the Bloodbraid again. Because my Deathrite's not here. And I burned my Cauldron like an idiot. Yeah, that's a bummer, huh? Both games just hucking it away. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't do that. I thought I played that first match reasonably well. And then this match, I'm just not doing that at all. Oh well. We do get to draft again.